Hi, my name is Andrea Torrey Balsara, and I'm an author and illustrator. I'm also an energy medicine practitioner level 1, and I am someone who has struggled with mental health as far back as I can remember because of a very traumatic incident that happened to me without my family's knowledge. And that incident affected everything in my life, and all through childhood, especially as I went through adolescence and then teen years and 20s, I really, really struggled with the constant ideation of wanting to die, of wanting to kill myself, of thinking that somehow the world would be better off if I weren't here. And what it felt like at the time was that everybody else had it all together except for me. So I was the one outside looking in with my nose pressed against the glass. And now, I'm in my 50s. I still struggle with that feeling because once you have an idea or kind of a neural pathway in your mind about ways of being and thinking, it doesn't actually go away. But what I've had to learn to do is to create new pathways. So now when I feel myself doing that long, slow slide down the drain, I now know, don't go down that path, choose this path. And I have so many tools now that I have accumulated over the years that help me do that. But it's still not easy some days. And some days, it's all I can do to just say, you know what, I'm going to take one more step. I'm going to keep going one more second, and then one more second after that. And sometimes that's all you can do if you are someone who finds themselves in that abyss. When you are in it, it's really, really hard to think that there's anything outside of it, that there's any possibility of a life outside and beyond that abyss, much less that you could get to a point in your life where you will thank that abyss for the lessons it teaches you and for the softening that it gives your heart and for the compassion and empathy that it allows you to learn for others and for the suffering of others. There are many gifts that come from those dark times. But when we're in them, it does not feel like that at all. It's sometimes all you can do to hang on. And I wanted to tell you some of the pivotal moments that made me keep choosing over and over and over again to choose life. I remember talking to my mom when I was a teenager, and I remember saying to her, I just don't want to live. I don't want to be alive. And she stopped and she said, don't you kill yourself. Don't you kill yourself. And it was so blunt and so unequivocal that from that time forward, when I would, find myself in that abyss yet again, and I'd be like, oh, the world would be better off without me. Her voice would come back, don't you kill yourself. And I realized that I was not seeing things clearly in that moment of darkness, and I needed to keep going until I could see clearly. Another incident that was really pivotal, and there were many, many people reached out to me, and sometimes just life reached out to me, even when I tried to push it away, even when I thought no one could possibly love me. Life kept sharing love with me, and I kept being able to take that one next step. But there was one incident when I was, again, a teenager and really struggling, where I had shared with a group of people, how I felt like the artwork that I do, or I was an actress before, the drama that I do, it's all been about my ego. You know, there was nothing pure-hearted about it, and I was really sorry, and I'd try to do better. So it was kind of like a public kind of self-flagellation thing that I felt really, I felt really terrible because I'd looked at everything I had done and thought, there's nothing pure-hearted about this. There was nothing that I had just offered because it was there to be offered. I had always offered something with wanting something back. So after I had talked to this group of people, we were at a campground and I heard this knock on my cabin door. And in comes this man, this shy man who I had known from childhood, but I didn't know him very well. And I knew he was shy. And he put his head in the door and he looked tentative, but he said, I just wanted to tell you that your gifts are appreciated and you are appreciated. And I didn't even know what to say. I just kind of said, thank you, but I don't think Al knew the impact of his kindness. Because in that moment of darkness, he took time from his life. He overcame his own shyness to come and reach out to me and connect with me. And so my reason for doing this video is to remind all of us to take the moments to show someone that we really care, that we really do care. And sometimes we might even need to say, don't you kill yourself, because I love you. It is really important that we connect with each other on real heartfelt levels, because if we don't, in those dark moments, they might not have anything to draw on when they're making that decision. Do I take that next step or don't I? We all have it within our means to be kind, to choose kindness and love and to share it. And it doesn't mean we have to be famous. We don't have to have our name across social media. We don't have to have published books or be anyone fancy. We might not make much money. We might not make any money. But we all have within us the capacity to share a smile, to be kind, to see the best in each other, and not focus on the worst, but to focus on the best. And when we do that, we will change people, and we will change their hearts, and we will change our own hearts. Thank you.